Hey, good morning, everybody. It's early mornings, LA Late. Hope you're good and safe. It's Saturday morning. I'm your here. The corn is here. We're all ready to get going. Let's get to it. Let's crush the virus. Let's crush the bacon. Let's crush the eggs and just get through it. And let's get to early mornings, LA Late. Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Early Mornings LA Lite, a 1-hour broadcast every day here on early mornings. It starts at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with this recording, and then at the bottom of the hour at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is the second recording. It's really exciting, so go to the Thunder Channel, subscribe, so you don't miss one of these recordings. A lot of fun and a lot of laughs. Also, like this video. This is a video that gets you started early, fresh, light, enjoying, smiling, laughing, and getting through the day. And it's an instant premiere. As an instant premiere, you can go to the front or right of this channel, right of this video, and see the live chat. As a live chat and instant premiere, this video has a lot of enhanced features and allows you to be able to live chat with your Purple Power buddies while the video is going on. It's categorically incredible. It's a lot of fun. So join in with the live chat. And let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news overnight is that Nancy Pelosi thinks that Donald Trump wants to write a bill. She says she's writing a bill. The question is, when will she be finished writing War and Peace? What was it, about a month ago, where I had the hashtag LA Write the Bill? I wrote the stimulus bill in, 5 sentences? Well, her last stimulus bill was 3,000 pages long. I'm not exaggerating. It actually was 3,000 pages long. The bill before that was 3,000 pages long. So she said she just started writing. So I guess she'll be done like in 3 years from now. But she's encouraged by the president because he's now focused on the science. I'm not encouraged because they're not focusing on the numbers. A new CNN report issued overnight said that these people have really done much of nothing, and that they're selling you snake oil, that basically they don't have a deal, they're not close on the numbers, that they're not close on much of anything. All they're really close on is telling you how close they are on something, which is not a stimulus package. The question is whether that's true or incorrect. Ironically, what's interesting about the article when I second reviewed it overnight is that it's sort of contradictory. The article says that no one really knows what's going on in the negotiations because there's really only two people, that Republicans and Democrats are pissed off because no one knows what's going on because they're not being debriefed and they're not there. But yet the article claims to know exactly what's going on. It's just articles like that I love. It's just like, no one knows what's going on, but we know because we have someone in there that happens to be a two-person room. I wonder who leaked the story. The story does not sound positive for Nancy Pelosi or Steve Mnuchin, so it doesn't make sense that either of them would leak the story. The story basically paints a picture of two people who have not agreed upon numbers for 5 months, and that they're still not agreeing upon numbers. The great news as we start the new day is that we're agreed upon numbers, and that you are owed multiple stimulus checks. You have been owed stimulus checks since the month of April, and folks, we're here in October. Come on now, we aren't stupid. I mean, some people may not like the color purple, but at least it's very bright and it's very clear that we ain't dumb. Those Purple Power people, they're just so dumb. They don't understand numbers. $1,200 for 6 months is really good. No, it's not good. It's not good. Nor is $500, nor is $1,000 for 10 months or 6 months or 8 months. What's important to understand is that Nancy Pelosi thinks, is optimistic, is imminent, is hoping, is good, is really great, is around the corner for Donald Trump to do something that he's not done already, that he already says he's doing. Does that make sense to you? No, of course not, because that's the way she talks. She had an interview overnight with Craig Melvin on MSNBC. She sort of likes that channel. She's always starts the day with Joy Reid. Joy, then she goes, to Craig, and then she'll be back with someone else later on the same channel. But I love his introduction. Craig, we now turn to Speaker of the House, whose name is Nancy Pelosi. Oh, thank you, Craig. She's an Democrat. Oh, really? And she represents San Francisco. Well, she was right up to the last part. No, she doesn't represent anyone. Madam Speaker, always good to have you here. Yes, well, of course she's doing interviews. She has no time to work on your stimulus package. Thank you for your time. He's being sarcastic, of course. He's like, thank you for your time, because we had no time for I Love Lucy reruns, so we just put you in here. It was either I Love Lucy reruns or Nancy Pelosi talking. Lots to get to. Yeah, he's optimistic he's going to get to a lot of stuff in the interview. It just, by the end of the interview, he got to nothing. Sorry. Let's start with that debate. Is he referring to her and Steve Mnuchin, or Donald Trump and Mitch McConnell? President Trump evoking your name. That's what he said when he was talking about shutting down the country. Just every time he starts, he says, Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker. And here's me. I'm saying Nancy. She must really hate me. She wants to be called Madam Speaker. In our legislation, which I hope the administration is just on the verge of accepting, they must follow the science. They must allocate the resources in a way to crush the virus. I'm not making that up. That's actually what she said. I don't know. She thinks she's Leonard Nimoy or something. She thinks she's Carl Sagan doing an old episode on PBS. I just don't know. So follow the science. Mask wearing, testing, tracing, treatment, separation, ventilation, sanitation. Oh, she rhymes. I love when she rhymes. She did that the other day. Children studying, children earning, parents working. She doesn't rhyme. She does haikus on the side. Let me say, we're crushing the virus. Ventilation, separation, sanitation. It's going to be a new rap song. They're just passing around in the. Chuck Schumer's going to do the dance number for. Later, Madam Speaker says the following: the president's delusional. She's calling the president delusional. Yeah, that's just ironic, isn't it? It's just, and this is whatever happened to her crazy commission? You remember the crazy commission where she was going to designate who's crazy in American politics, and then they asked, "Is this for the president?" She said, "No, it's for someone who's really crazy." We never got to figure out who she was investigating that's crazy in politics. It's always the craziest ones that come up with the craziest ideas. I think the president wants the bill. I really do. Okay, this is the part that I want you to focus on. This is the part that's actually coherent. I think the president wants a bill. I really do. Why would he even be talking to each other? Because he's lonely, Nancy. He misses you. That's why he's talking to you. It's all about you, Nancy. Why would he even... This is like we even shared values or anything. I'm sorry, does it sound like she's going on a date with the president in this line of questioning? It really sounds like to me. This is a negotiation. I have every reason to believe we've been professional. Oh, she's calling herself professional. Was she professional when she called Mark Meadows whatever his name is? Was she professional when she locked the door on the problem solvers when they come to knock on her door to talk about hazard pay? Was she professional when she took hazard pay out? Was she professional when she told the airlines don't lay off millions of workers? The bill will be passed tomorrow morning, and then it wasn't passed. Was she professional when I got the point. Boy. We've been organized. Organized? Oh, yes. And in how we compared language and the rest gone back and forth, we could be very close. I love that sentence. We could be very close. I'm sorry. On Thursday, you said you were very close. Now you could be very close? By tomorrow, she'll be hopeful she could be possibly very close. The day after that, she'll be, we're looking forward to hopefully possibly be then close. It's just, oh my goodness, it's a laugh a minute with these people. But as you sit here in the new morning, what's important to understand that you're going to get stimulus, just not with this type of thinking. And now what's important to understand that the president really has to ramp up and ramp up quickly. If you did not catch overnight, what really happened overnight was Joe Biden announcing a major task force and a major program. It's not for stimulus, but it's for the other issue that's a bigger issue. That's a bigger issue for many Americans, which is COVID. And what Joe Biden did overnight is said, hey, I have two major issues to talk about, stimulus or COVID. I'm not going to talk about stimulus. Sound familiar? Yeah, Joe has never spoken about stimulus. So I'm going to talk about COVID. And so now he's trying to really draw in the electorate, get a wider margin of lead over President Trump by talking about COVID. So what should the president do? Talk about stimulus. This is exactly the time for the president to talk about stimulus. The president should be talking about stimulus morning and night. He should be doing executive orders for stimulus overnight. He should be grandstanding about how he has helped the American people and how Nancy Pelosi has left you to die. And he should be throwing her under the bus. Ultimately, what he did instead yesterday was sit in the White House and have Steve Mnuchin stand behind him and talk about how he's doing all these wonderful things, but that Nancy Pelosi's to blame. She's to blame, she's to blame, she's to blame. You're the elected president, and it's your job to get things done. And then ultimately, if people don't see a stimulus check in their hand and don't see enhanced unemployment benefits in their hand, they're going to say, okay, you didn't get me what I need. Joe Biden, these are Joe Biden's words. I'll reach out to every governor, state, red and blue, as well as mayors and local officials during this transition to find out what support they need and how much it's needed. I'll ask the new Congress to put a bill on my desk by the end of January for all the resources necessary, so both public health official response and our economic response can be seen through to the end. I will make wearing a mask a federal law in federal buildings and all interstate transports. So here's a man with a plan. He's announcing a plan, whether it's a good plan or a bad plan. He's announcing a plan. Where's the president's plan? Where's Donald Trump's plan for stimulus? Where's your plan for stimulus? I want to go higher than Nancy. I want to go bigger than Nancy. I want to go really large. Okay, how much is it? Where's the stimulus check? How much is the stimulus check? As you sit here today, what's important to understand is you're owed multiple stimulus checks. You're owed a lot of stimulus checks. And as Purple Power, we're focused on getting those stimulus checks. You're owed 6 months of stimulus checks. So let's go get the stimulus checks. What's important to understand as we sit here this new morning is that whatever happens on election night, whatever happens the night after election night, whatever happens the day before inauguration or the day after inauguration, you're not going to sit back until you're given exactly what you need. And that's what Purple Power is going to do. Push, push, push. Demand the sufficient stimulus. Hashtag MSC. Hashtag multiple stimulus checks. You're owed $2,000 a month. It's been 6 months. And it's going to be 6 more months if there's a Joe Biden administration. That's 12 months. 6 months until something passed on Joe Biden. I misspoke there. That's, months and months and months. And what are we going to get? $500? And you're going to get federal employees a $500, a gazillion-dollar raise, and they already make 6 figures, and they already have a job. Does that make sense? Of course not. Let me go to some incredible questions from the last 24 hours. Tamara, it says it's just a mess. It sounds like kids arguing. Danny, you could do 1,000 times better. Pramela says we need to do executive orders. Kelly Hucks, unfortunately, they're too busy going after each other. Richard, why is Trump's team texting me and asking me to watch him? I told him I'd be with the Purple Power family working on executive orders. Oh my God, I love that. Richard Alsbach, Nathan Johnson, good evening, LLA and Purple Power. This was from the Purple Power video. Lori Johnson, I feel so sad we won't get stimulus. They're just playing us. Also on a video 24 hours ago, Michael Branch said it's time for the Trump art. Stimulus checks, let's do them now. The Big D Zone said, so I knew they didn't want to help before the election, letting more people be homeless. They didn't have stupid wealth. Let's force them out. Michelle, disappointed and disillusional with those powers over the U.S. Mendelin, executive orders for Mr. President, not after the election. Renee Smith, we need to send them crayons and so that they can write us a stimulus. Edward Rodriguez, why wasn't President Trump asked about executive orders? I wish someone would ask him. He's referring to the debate. Nikita, for Trump to be such an established businessman, he's been naive and gullible. The Wicked Witch is just making a fool of him. Interesting. Cheryl, People need their money. They're starving, no homes to sleep in. It's almost wintertime. What do you think of these comments? If you're following in the live chat, drop your comments in the live chat and what you think drop in the live chat your reaction to these comments. I'd love to see them. Donald Pruitt, stop the checks for the governor to see how that goes. Paul Gonzalez, they just put the money in their pockets. Ellen Grossman, executive orders today. Debbie Crawford, this is just such a letdown. Can't wait to be made sick. $700 Club. Our forefathers prepared us for situations like this. Malaya, will this Washington nightmare ever come to an end? This is so sad. Ghostwriter, I'm focused. Amanda, when do they leave office? The money will be gone. They're going to steal it. Okay. If you have questions to today's video, drop in the comments below. Coming up next is the continuation with Early Mornings LA8's 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time broadcast. Go to the French channel, subscribe because this is a great experience in which we stay in touch, we stay focused, and we're going to get over the finish line together. Also like this video. Stay tuned for 6:30 at the bottom of the hour for continuation of this broadcast. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and stay with LA for more.